This video is a summary of everything that was said in the coin's warning. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my station to get more XRP news and news about cryptocurrencies in general. Look at this now. Lawyer Jeremy Hogan says the SEC's attempt to overturn the XRP win is a weak move. This is why. Now, before we go any further, there is a new crypto airdrop going on Telegram that will soon start. Make sure that you take part in this airdrop. Just below the movie, there is a link. Do not miss this. Let's watch more of our movie. Jeremy Hogan, an attorney who is well known in the cryptocurrency legal community, has said that he doesn't agree with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC choice to appeal some of its recent loss against Ripple. The Securities and Exchange Commission recently sent in Form C for its case against Ripple. Hogan was very harsh in his criticism, and he called the SEC's plan a chicken choice. He said in his explanation that the SEC's appeal is only about certain decisions, mainly Ripple's use of XRP for payments and the way it sells XRP automatically on platforms. Ripple has already won this battle. The government didn't try to change the fact that XRP is not a security. This is something important to think about. Hogan says that the method used by the SEC is a way to get rich while doing very little. His anger comes from the fact that the Securities and Exchange Commission could have put its case against Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsson, the heads of Ripple, in front of a jury instead of trying to bring those charges back up at this time. To begin with, the Securities and Exchange Commission still sued Garlinghouse and Larsson for helping to carry out securities trades that were not registered. But at the end of 2023, the SEC dropped all charges against the leaders, which was good news for Ripple. Hogan called bringing back the charges a chicken move because it kept the case from going to a full trial in front of the public. Hogan thought that this was done to keep things from getting worse. Hogan also talked about de novo, which means from the beginning, and emphasized that the appeals court will look at the legal issues without following the lower court's ruling. This means that the Securities and Exchange Commission is arguing about how laws should be interpreted instead of what investigations have found. There are a lot of effects that this SEC appeal could have, and Hogan has warned that some of them might not have been met. If the Securities and Exchange Commission wins, they say that Ripple could have to pay fees. On the other hand, Hogan said that this would not protect investors, which is what the SEC is supposed to do. A cross-appeal by Ripple could also make it harder for the Securities and Exchange Commission to label cryptocurrency as securities. Along with Hogan, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, also voiced his displeasure by saying that the SEC's actions are having more negative effects than good ones. Garlinghouse thinks that the agency should have given up on the case after the first attempt to solve it failed. Even so, the company is set on going after the SEC. If they were successful in getting people to use them, it would make XRP even more of a leader in how cryptocurrencies are regulated in the US. A lawyer named Fred Rispoli has said in public that he doesn't agree with Ripple's CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Executive Chairman Chris Larsson's decision to settle some of the SEC's charges instead of going to court to fight all of them. According to Rispoli, they missed a big chance to properly explain themselves, especially when it came to the accusations of helping and supporting an offense. He said that Ripple had a strong case, and he thinks that they would have won in court because the SEC didn't seem to have enough proof. Was that a good chance that was lost? Check to see if Rispoli is right. Are we going to? What a test might have shown as a result. Besides that risk, Bully said that important witnesses like Jay Clayton, who used to be head of the SEC, could have testified if the case had gone to court. A great deal of information about how the SEC feels about cryptocurrency like XRP could have been gathered from this. These witnesses may have helped Ripple's defense, and they may have also given other Bitcoin companies important information they could use in a future court case. Countermeasures that Ripple took by filing a cross-appeal. Even though a settlement was made, Ripple is still questioning some parts of the 2023 court order. The judge said that selling XRP to regular buyers was not the same as selling securities. However, the Securities and Exchange Commission is still fighting other parts of the order, especially the parts that deal with selling to institutions. The top legal officer for Ripple is confident that they will win the case against Stuart Alderati because it is much stronger. This not only gives XRP a strong place in the market, free from any immediate regulatory risks, but it also keeps investors hopeful about the future of the cryptocurrency. Are the SEC's due dates being missed again? There has been a lot of talk about whether or not the Securities and Exchange Commission sent in its request within the time limit. The Securities and Exchange Commission says it has met the due date. Even though some people have noticed that the office turned in its brief one day late, it is important to note that the SEC's appeal does not change the fact that XRP is not a security when it is sold to regular people. In other words, the part of the order that was upheld has not changed. The price of XRP was around $0.55 on Friday, which means it went up by less than 1%. There was no question in the SEC's mind that XRP was not a security, as shown by their strong appeal in July 2023. Traders are responding to this call. This clearer legal picture for XRP is a good sign, and there is hope that it could lead to the approval of an XRP exchange-traded fund in the US. Technical research says that the price of XRP could go up by 10%, with a goal of $0.60. It's still below $0.55 for XRP because the SEC's appeal on programmatic sales is making the market sad. In July, a judge said that Ripple could sell XRP automatically. However, the appeal questions that decision. It is very important to Ripple that the question of whether or not XRP is a property has been finally answered. People are still not happy with XRP, even though the US Securities and Exchange Commission is fighting a court order about Ripple's programmatic sales. XRP's price at the end of the day on October 18th was 54 cents, which was a small rise for the day. But it is still going down and below the main support level, which is 55 cents. Along with this, the Securities and Exchange Commission filed papers and then fought Judge Annalisa Torres' ruling in July 2023. The ruling said that the parameters of the Howey test were not met by Ripple's programmatic sales. This legal move by the SEC led to a lot of speculation in the market, and the result of the appeal could have an impact on XRP's future. The legal fight is making the price of XRP hard to bear. A big rise in the price of XRP would happen, like what happened in July if the court decides to uphold the previous decision. While everything was going on, Stuart Alderode, Ripple's chief law officer, said that the main question of whether or not XRP is a security has been answered. The information given is not meant to be taken as trade advice. Any purchases made based on the information on this page are not the responsibility of the people who made them.